You know what people say, right? Money can't buy happiness. But let me tell you something from experience. Being broke will definitely buy you stress. A whole lot of it. So maybe the real question isn't whether money brings happiness. Maybe it's whether we can have both financial security and inner peace at the same time. Hey. Well, I used to think those two things, making a living and having peace, were opposite. Like, you had to pick one or the other. Either you're going to go after the cash and burn out, or you're going to have peace and not have much cash. Well, it turns out, yeah, that's just not true. Oh. Hey. And I'm glad that 100% glad that I realized that before it. The fact is, financial freedom and mental calm are an adversary. They're, in fact, best buddies once you learn how to mix them together. Think about this. When your finances are stressing you out, nothing else goes smoothly in your life. Your personal relationships begin to falter. Your physical health goes downhill. Hey, you can't enjoy life because of that little annoyance looming inside your head. But here's the gorgeous part. When you manage finances well and accumulate genuine wealth, it opens up possibilities for peace. Genuine peace. Peace that allows you to sleep soundly in the night. Peace that allows you to be in the company of loved ones without constantly thinking about the bills to be paid. Hey. Well, how then do we get to this point of having complete pockets without losing our minds along the way? Well, I'm here to share what I know, what has worked for others, and what's just common sense after filtering out all the noise. First, we need to rewire our brains about money entirely. Chances are that we learned about money in a pretty weird way as kids. Maybe your parents like to fight about money. Maybe you were told that rich folks are somehow sinful. Maybe you heard that a desire for money means that you're greedy or shallow. This is what I want you to understand. Money is a tool. That's all. Money is neither good nor bad. Money is neither spiritual nor sinful. Money is simply something that can help you live the life you want to live. Hey. The trouble comes when we let money have too much influence over how we feel and how we decide. Imagine money as a hammer. A hammer can build a house or break a window. A hammer itself is not good or bad. It depends on how you are using it. It's the same with money. Money can build your dreams or fuel your nightmares. It can bring opportunities or bring problems. It depends on how you treat it. But if you let go of the money-making process and turn it into this huge emotional experience, something changes. Now you can make decisions based on logic instead of decisions driven by fear. You can plan instead of panicking. You can build instead of merely surviving. And my friend, that's where the magic begins. All right, you may say, full pocket. Let's talk about that. Oh. I think a lot of people, including myself, have a mistaken image in mind. Big houses and sports cars and planes. And yeah, if you are into that, knock yourself out. But for most people, full pockets really are something different entirely. Hey, full pockets mean having enough. Enough to take care of your needs without worrying. Enough to indulge in some of your wants without feeling guilty. Hey, enough to face some emergencies without worrying your head off. Enough to give to others if you feel you should. Enough to take care of your future. Enough to feel secure and be able to be free. See, I specified enough, not infinity, because lets you in on a little secret. Successful people understand this. Broke people, not so much. Hey, There's such a thing as diminishing returns when it comes to money. A little while after you have enough to handle all the basics, after some nice to haves, money does nothing to change your level of happiness. Hey. The sweet spot is where you have enough finances such that you don't have to worry about survival. Yet you neither have too much such that you will need a full-time job to manage your finances, which is where having full pockets and stressless living meet perfectly. So, how do you get there? How do you build enough without sacrificing your sanity along the way? Step 1 will likely shock you. Oh. Wow. Put an end to get-rich-quick schemes. Seriously, every get-rich-quick plan, every plan for an overnight success, every shortcut will come with a cost of peace of mind, and likely money as well. Real wealth grows slowly. Real wealth grows through rational and consistent decision. Real wealth grows through patience. Oh. Aye. Real wealth grows through understanding that even small decisions have massive consequences if you simply stick with them. I know that's not very sexy. I know that's not very exciting. I know you just want to see some overnight success. And I do too. But the best way to achieve financial security is the worst way. And that is the slow way, the steady way. The boring way that works. No. Think of it as planting a tree. You cannot plant the seed in terms of wealth today and then wait for tomorrow for shade. You plant it, water it, shield it from extreme weather, and wait for years later for it to germinate, which would then turn out to offer much more in terms of shade, beauty, among many other factors. And the people who are always looking for the quick fix will end up right back where they started or worse. And the people who take the longer view will end up with the secure future they can count on. Which one would you like to be? Okay, so now let's go into the nitty-gritty of actually accomplishing full pockets without totally losing your mind. What are the steps? Begin with awareness. Oh no. You need to know exactly where your money is going right now. Not approximately. Exactly. Most people don't even know where it goes. They just know they're always out of money by the end of the month and are not sure what's causing it. Record every dollar for at least a month. Everything, coffee, subscriptions, impulse buys, you name it. Hey. Wow. That's not a judgment on yourself, but awareness that you can't control what you can't see. Doing so, you will likely be stunned. Many people are. They realize they're throwing away hundreds of dollars on things they hardly use or even enjoy. Subscriptions canceled long ago that they'd forgotten all about. Habits occurring daily that are costing them a pretty penny. And fluctually. As long as you have awareness, you can make intentional choices. Perhaps your daily expensive cup of coffee isn't really bringing you joy. Perhaps you'd rather be saving for a vacation. Or perhaps your coffee routine really is your highlight of the day, and it's worth it. The idea is to be intentional, not mindless. The next step involves the formation of a spending plan. I deliberately chose not to write the word budget. Budgets tend to be stressful. A spending plan, on the other hand, is a way of telling your money where to go instead of the other way around. Your budget plan must include needs first. Housing, food, transportation, insurance, and basic utilities. Non-negotiable. After that, savings and investments. Yes, before the fun stuff. Wow. Pay yourself first, as they call it. Then whatever is left, spend on wants and pleasures. Oh, here is the rub, though. Make sure that in your plan there is also an element of enjoying life. A plan based on complete sacrifice and no pleasure will not be sustainable. You're a human, not a machine. Therefore, you must also enjoy your life. Budget then for things that really make you happy. Now, talking about income, the topic of maximizing it might come into the conversation. There's only so much you can cut from your expenses. Eventually, it's a point when you need to boost the inflow. The good thing is that we are living in a time where there are more opportunities for earning money than ever before. And the internet has brought income opportunities that the generations before us never even dreamed of. You can work, consult, teach, create, sell, build, and serve wherever there's an internet connection. But this is what most people do wrong. They go around trying to create additional income streams, but it ends up sucking the energy right out of them and robbing them of peace in the process. And they start side hustles they don't like doing. They overwork themselves. They sacrifice their health and their relationships just to make a little bit of extra money. That's just not the way. The way is to grow your income along your skills, interests, and values. Figure out how you can make more money that you truly feel energetic about. You may have to try some thinking and experimentation. And that's just fine. An assisting link. Perhaps you are good at something that others will pay for. Perhaps you know something that others need to know. Perhaps you can solve problems that companies need to solve. Perhaps you can make something of value. Build from a position of strength and not from need. And this is the key part. Don't stop working at your day job before your extra source of income has been higher than your expenses for 6 months. Trust me, the dream is to stick it to the man and ride off into the sun. But that's where the massive stress comes into play. Okay, now let's talk about debt. This is a big one because for many people, this is really the biggest obstacle that sits between them and financial peace. Debt is like having a backpack full of rocks. The weight of it holds you back every single day. Options get limited because of it. Your future gets stolen because of it. You stay in situations you won't be in otherwise. And if you have credit card debt, personal loans, car loans for cars that you couldn't really afford, your number one financial priority should be to get rid of the debt. Not invest, not save for excessive enjoyment, not anything else. Just get rid of the debt. There are various strategies as well. Some people would love to use the snowball method where you pay off the smallest debt first, while others would use the avalanche method, where you pay off debt based on their interest rates, starting from the highest to lowest. Choose a method that motivates you to keep pushing forward. The important thing is to attack it vigorously, while of course keeping a little bit of quality of life. Don't find a way to make your life be a misery. But at least make debt a priority. Every dollar you pay goes toward repaying your freedom. Student loans and mortgages are not the same. They are usually required and can actually provide ways to increase wealth. However, even in these cases, the idea is to pay off the loans as quickly as possible. So what happens when you're debt-free? Just about everything. The burden is gone. Doors of opportunity swing open. Fears subside. You can press the risk button because you aren't simply trying to stay above water. You get to own your income because you aren't promising it to anyone else. When you are paying off debt, or after you are debt-free, you want to compile an emergency savings fund. Such a saving is imperative for financial peace. Things happen. Cars will break down. People get ill. Employment can be lost. Roofs will leak. Stuff happens. If you are not saving your money for unexpected situations, then any surprise bill can be considered a crisis. A crisis is the complete opposite of living stress-free. Set your initial savings goal at $1,000. Because that's how you begin your starter emergency fund. Then save enough to cover 1 month's expenses. Then 3 months. Then 6 months. Others save for 1 year's worth of expenses. That's probably conserving too much for some people. But you can never go wrong with too much security. Settle on a secure and easily accessible place to put this money, yet not too easily accessible. Having it in a separate savings account is the best solution. You want to be able to quickly reach it in a genuine emergency, yet not so easily that you find yourself reaching into it for non-emergency. When you have a good emergency fund in place, something amazing happens. You stop living in fear. You can handle whatever life throws your way. That job you can't stand? Hey, you can quit it because you have a safety net. That toxic relationship, you have other options. That business idea, you can pursue it without fear of financial ruin if it fails. Security brings freedom. Don't forget that. Security is not something that's dull or overly cautious. In fact, it's the most intelligent move you can make with your life in order to have a stress-free life. All right, now let's discuss investing. Save money. Great start, but you won't reach full pockets that way. Inflation will reduce the value of money stored inside a regular savings account. Your money needs to work for you, not sit idle. Investing can be intimidating for a lot of people. There's the stock market, real estate, and even cryptocurrencies. All of these alternatives seem complicated and intimidating. Here's what I think. Not investing is, in fact, a more risky choice. Here, the key word is wisely. You do not have to become a day trader or an entrepreneur in the real estate business. Financial instruments are no longer necessary. All you have to be aware of is a number of basic principles. These principles would be enough. The first principle is diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Through diversification, you invest in different forms of assets. And if one performs poorly, others will offset. The second principle is to think in the long term. The stock market has been moving in a wave pattern. Up and down, in some cases, very sharply so. However, in the longer-term perspective, such as in decades, it has moved consistently in a positive direction. If you are reactionary in your approach, you can lock in your losses. The third principle is that you should maintain low fees. Fees and expenses cut into your profit. It's better to select index funds that charge low fees instead of opting for costly, actively managed funds. Try to limit your trade. Every dollar that you spend on fees is a dollar that's not growing your portfolio. The fourth principle is starting from now. The earlier you begin investing, the earlier your money starts multiplying through compound interest. Even a penny saved from a young age can turn into a nest egg of wealth. Not starting on time is one of the most common errors when it comes to personal finance. But if all this seems like too much, it really isn't. Start simple. Sign up for a retirement account at work if your company matches it. Think about it. It's essentially free money if you don't take it. Just put your payments into a target date fund that changes based on your age. Congratulations! Once you're comfortable with that, then you can start looking at other options. Perhaps a taxable brokerage account, perhaps real estate, perhaps starting a business. The amazing part about investing is that it works even as you are asleep. Your money multiplies, even without you investing your time in the process. As you can see, that is how you generate wealth. You don't need to tire yourself out just to gain funds. You can make your pockets full without even breaking a sweat. And now comes something that doesn't get mentioned often enough: the connection between finances and health. Stress causes sickness. Wow. Financial stress, in particular. Your blood pressure goes up, and so do problems with sleep, the immune system, and anxiety and depression. Financially stressed people tend to experience heart trouble, weight problems, and pain. On the other financial issues can lead individuals to make poor decisions. Fast or cheap. Food is also unhealthy food. No. Poor sleep, due to stress, causes poor decision making. Individuals avoid seeing doctors because they cannot afford it, causing small health issues to become major. They cannot afford gym memberships or nice exercising equipment, which causes physical activity to fade out. This makes a vicious cycle. It is a fact that financial stress affects your health negatively. It is also a fact that poor health makes it difficult to earn money and makes it easy to spend it on your health care. This again creates financial stress, and we continue this process of getting stuck in the same loop with no exit in sight. To break this cycle is essential if you want a stress-free life. You must spend on health even when the wallet is crying. Oh no. The fact is that without health, no amount of money is significant. With health, you can conquer any financial situation. This doesn't mean you have to shell out money for a gym membership or go for organic for all things. This simply means it's up to you to take care of your health based on your budget. Walking doesn't cost anything. You can do body weight exercises for free. Cutting out soda for water doesn't cost anything, but it improves health significantly. Sleeping doesn't cost a single penny, and it improves all other aspects of health. Taking care of your mental health is also a must. When you are struggling financially, it impacts your peace of mind. You must be armed with techniques that will keep your mental health intact while you are working towards financial security. This may be meditation, this may be prayer, this may be therapy, this may be counseling, this may be spending time in nature, spending time with friends. This may be creative pursuits, this may be physical exercise. Whatever your solution is, this must be non-negotiable. Mental health is not a luxury. Mental health is a requirement. I've noticed something quite interesting. People who take care of themselves usually make good financial decisions. They are able to think about the future. They are able to follow through on their plans. They are able to capitalize on opportunities. They do not act out of desperation. Therefore, if you want full pockets, the process begins with taking care of yourself. It's not selfish. It's strategic. Okay, so we're going to talk about what happens with relationships and finances, because that's where a lot of people are suffering, no matter how good their financial life might be. Finances are one of the leading factors that lead to relationship conflict. Many couples find themselves arguing about spending amounts, saving targets, financial priorities, and financial control. There is resentment from friends because of financial differences. There is drama from relatives regarding lending and financial expectations. If you want an easy, stress-free life, this is one aspect you simply must get right. You must be open about finances with the important people in your life. You must see eye to eye on financial objectives. You must learn to say no to relatives and friends whose expectations are simply not realistic. That's difficult for a lot of people to hear. It's been drummed into us that discussing money is off limits. That makes for a number of challenges in a relationship where a couple has to deal with money dynamics. With your romantic love, You must communicate about your money, not only in times of trouble. Ongoing discussions about where you are going, and how you will get there. You must both know each other's history, fears, and hopes regarding money. Now, you must make common goals and accommodate your personal value. You don't have to agree on everything, but you have to agree on enough. And you have to treat money as a team sport, not a competition. When it comes to friends, being genuine is what matters. You don't have to show off that you're richer than you really are. You don't have to keep up with what you cannot really keep up with. Wow. Your friends will understand if you cannot afford something. If they do not, perhaps they're not really friends. Family is also a situation where boundaries must be drawn. You do not have to be funding poor decision-making in the lives of those you love. You can refuse to lend money if you cannot and want to borrow it elsewhere yourself. You can be generous and not be a doormat at the same time. Oh. Such conversations and lines may be a bit uncomfortable to begin with. However, the alternative is suffering in silence and festering with resentment. That's a whole lot more stressful over time. Another key part of the puzzle, your work and how you feel about it. Much of your financial stress can come from not liking what you do. You are forced. Wow. You trade time for money, but you despise every minute of it. Such feelings carry over in every area of life. It is an ideal situation if you loved what you were doing. Your work would satisfy you and provide you with financial reward. It is the dream life, but it is not going to happen for everyone. At least, it is not going to happen right away. No? So what do you do if you're in a situation where you're doing a job that you absolutely dislike, but it seems like it's paying enough money for you to get what you want out of life? You change your relationship. 1. Find a way to make meaning out of it. Perhaps the work itself isn't meaningful, but it supports something that is. This is how you pay for your children's education. Hey, this is how you are able to fund causes that you are passionate about. This is giving you security to continue working on your passion projects on the weekend. Option number 2 would be to improve the environment. Do you think you can improve your associations with people around you? Maybe you can make working conditions a little better. Wow. Maybe there are a number of things you can do to make the day more enjoyable. Option number 3. Plan your exit. While option 1 and 2 are meant to improve the work situation, option 3 is essentially about getting out of there. And if the work situation is indeed soul-suckingly bad, it's time to have an escape plan. But this is the intelligent option, not the impulsive option. No? What skills do I want to learn? What opportunities do I want to investigate? What kind of runway do I want to give myself while I'm still working there? The thing is to never feel as if you are a victim. You have more power than you think you do. It may take a while to change the situation you are in, but every day you can make changes to find yourself in a better one. No. Feeling as if you are making progress will eliminate a great deal of stress, even if things haven't changed yet. Let's zoom out for a moment and talk about lifestyle. This was the caption for Anne. One of the most common pitfalls that people fall into is by allowing their lifestyle to expand along with their income. Hey, say that someone gets a pay increase. Rather than putting that money into savings or some sort of investment plan, people tend to spend more and more until their lifestyle matches their income increase. But their income is still their income, and their expenses are rising along with their income. Lifestyle inflation, and it's a trap. It keeps individuals stuck on the hamster wheel no matter how much they earn. You will find individuals making 6 figures stressed about money as individuals making half of that because they've inflated their lifestyle accordingly. The alternative to lifestyle inflation is lifestyle discipline. Well, as your income grows, your lifestyle can grow, but not necessarily proportionately. For instance, suppose you get a 20% raise. A possible increase in lifestyle might be 5%, and the rest, which is 15%, can go towards saving, investing, or paying off debt. Now, honey, this, of course, does not mean living like a monk. As I always say, it means making thoughtful life choices. Now, having some things that matter to them at the best level, while keeping other things humble. A great question you may want to ask yourself in respect of every purchase you make. Does this one bring value into my life? Am I just spending money because I have it? If the former, ditch it. If the latter, indulge away. Your enough is the aim. Wow. Enough is that level of living that you can feel comfortable and content at. And that does not cost you so much money. And that sweet spot is going to look different for everyone. There are some people who are just fine at living the simple life and just hanging out. And others are interested in more, and are also interested in putting in more to achieve that more. And that is both okay. But the mistake is in doing it mindlessly, either out of societal pressure or out of pride. Let's talk about that ego thing for a minute, because it's a huge source of financial stress. Many people end up making financial decisions based on what other people think. They purchase houses they cannot afford because of what their neighbors would think. They purchase vehicles they cannot afford because of what their colleagues would think. They go for holidays they cannot afford because of what would appear on social media. This is utter insanity. You are risking your financial security in order to be accepted by people who are going to neither care about you nor help you once you are penniless. Here's a truth to set you free. Most people are far too concerned with what's going on with their own lives to think about yours. And those that do criticize you for having less than they do, they're not someone's opinion you need to care about anyway. The people who are most financially secure, in my experience, are living below their means. They drive normal cars, and they don't flaunt their wealth by driving around in fancy autos, and they don't flaunt it by living in a fancy house. They understand security and wealth and what it's all about. They don't need to flaunt it, so they're living below their means. Real wealth whispers. It's a gentle hum of activity in the background of a successful life. Fake wealth shouts. The moment you start making financial decisions based on your values and goals, instead of your ego, all the pressure falls off and the way ahead becomes clear. You quit competing with all the people around you and start working along with your future self. Rachel, let's talk about something which I think doesn't receive sufficient attention. The importance of giving. Maybe you think I'm nuts for giving you this advice, you may say. I'm trying to get you to fill your pockets, and you are telling me to give money away. Yes. Why? That is exactly what I'm saying. Nani. Here's why. Giving out makes an abundance mentality. By giving, even when you don't have so much, you're sending a message to your mind and to the universe that you have enough. This is not magical thinking. This is psychological reality. How you think about money influences what you do. Wow. When you think about money as if you have little, you act out of fear, and usually those choices do not pay off. And when you think about money as if you have plenty, you act as if you do, and usually it works out. Now, honey, also giving feels great. It links you with something greater than yourself. It adds significance to your money other than the mere accumulation of more money. This significance is what brings about life satisfaction, which is the aim. You don't have to give a lot. Give what feels generous for you. Perhaps it is $5 a month. Perhaps it is $5,000 a year. It is less the amount than the act of generosity. Don't the causes that matter to you. Donate to people in need. Donate in ways that reflect your values. Just donate. Well, you'll be amazed at how much it can enrich your life. Let's focus on education and learning, because money management is something we weren't taught in school. If you can afford full pockets, then you owe yourself an education in money. Money and how it works, how you can manage it, how you can grow it, and how you can protect it. Not a degree in finance, but a commitment to learning. Listen to podcasts. Take courses. Follow experts. Learn from those who have already accomplished your goals. Books are the best source to get information about personal finance. But be careful. There are a lot of gurus and scam artists who have pipe dreams to sell you. Seek out people who have real credentials and real track record. Seek out advice that's not interesting and makes real-world sense, not exciting and completely unrealistic. The real wisdom will be simple, even when it's not easy to accomplish. Learn about investing, taxes, insurance, estate planning, and all things adulting. It's boring, yet important. You don't need to be a world expert on all of it. However, you need to learn enough so you can be knowledgeable, and so you don't become a victim of a scam artist with a too-good-to-be-true investment, insurance, tax, or estate planning. And 2, you should learn more about yourself. What are your money habits? What are your triggers and vulnerabilities? Where did your money attitudes come from? Know as much as you can about yourself and the better choices you will make. Personal finance education is a rewarding endeavor that yields returns for the rest of your life. For every single hour of investing in education about money, you could potentially save or earn thousands of dollars over a lifetime. Not bad ROI, if you ask me. Let me give you something that seems a little bit contradictory, but isn't. Both plans and flexibility are necessary. Planning is critical. You have to have goals, action plans, budgets, and roadmap. Without them, you're just wandering around and praying. Planning gives you that direction to help you move forward. However, life does not go by plan. Change happens. Change generates opportunity. I know. Change produces disaster. Markets shift. What was a good plan last year may not be a good plan this year. Thus, you require flexibility too, the art of adapting, the desire to change direction when the need arises. This requires a balance. Without flexibility, planning can cause rigidity and stress when things do not go as planned. Without planning, there will be chaos and no actual progress if there is an excess of flexibility. Look at your plans often. At least once per year, maybe once per quarter. Are you on track? Do they even make any more sense? Be committed to your goals, but open to the route upon which you're traveling. Let's talk about time, because time and money are linked. You trade time for money in your job. You can use money to buy time back by paying for convenience or help. You require time in which to enjoy your money. These are factors which have critical implications for life satisfaction. Many people are caught in this vicious trap. They are so diligent in earning their money that they have no leisure time to enjoy life. They end up spending money on stress relief services and time-saving facilities because they're too busy. They make money, but the money goes out. They're left exhausted and confused about the meaning of their life. In other words, it's a matter of trying to optimize for happiness, not just for money. And this means sometimes it's possible to make less money but have more time. Other times it means spending money to get more time to do the things that are more important to you. Reflecting and asking yourself questions such as the following. What am I doing with my time? How would I want to use my time? Is the exchange of time and dollars serving my life as I want it to be? Some people are willing to work hard for a period to ensure their security, while others feel that having a balance in between is more acceptable to them. There is no right or wrong in this regard, as there is just what is right for you. But here's something that applies universally. You can make more money at any point. Time cannot be made at any point. It's gone once it's gone, and that's it. So, value your time, as it is valuable. Don't waste your years doing a job you hate for compensation. You don't need to impress people you don't like. That's a prescription for a life of regret. What you should do is carefully consider your trade-off of time and money based on your personal values. Here is the truth. You will make mistakes with money. You will make poor investments. You will blow money on something that doesn't matter. You will miss opportunities. Sometimes you will be foolish, and sometimes you will be rash. This is fine. This is also human. The point is to learn from one's folly, but not be crippled by it. When you make a financial mistake, the first step would be to stop the bleeding. Do not put more of your good money after bad in an attempt to correct the mistake that you have committed financially. Second, learn the lesson. What did I do wrong? How come I chose that particular option? What I do differently next time? Find the moral of the story. Third, forgive yourself. You're doing no good by putting yourself down. It only makes you feel lousy and could bring about further mistake. Fourth, do not let one error throw your whole financial life out of kilter. Just because you made a bad investment choice, for example, does not mean you will not invest at all. Just because you overspent and accumulated debts does not mean you will be a lost cause with money for the rest of your life. No! The richest, most financially sound individuals have made their fair share of mistakes. However, the difference between them and others is that they haven't let mistakes define them or hold them back. Resilience is a big part of success in any aspect of life. It's the ability to get knocked down but get back up. It's the ability to lose but not get destroyed. It's the ability to fail but fail again. Develop that and you'll be unstoppable. Contentment. This is perhaps the most important issue of all. Talking about it, you can be living with full pockets and still be very unhappy if you're never pleased with what you have. Able to see the world and yet never be satisfied with what you have and who you are. Never feeling like enough is enough. Well, seeing people around you, wondering what you can't have. Contentment does not mean having no goals. It does not mean being satisfied with what you have instead of what you're capable of. It means being satisfied with what you have while working toward what you want. I'm thankful for what I have and looking forward to where I'm going, and what I have is not enough, and I won't be satisfied until I have more. That's the difference. One of these mindsets generates peace. The other produces unending stress regardless of how much wealth and success you pile up. Keep an attitude of gratitude. Don't forget the things that are going well in your life. It is easy to look at what is going wrong, but that the things you have are what other people would be jealous of. Celebrate the progress you have made. Don't let the past define. It has nothing to do with toxic positivity or turning a blind eye to problems that actually exist. It has to do with perspective. There are things to be grateful for, even in difficult times. Hey, it won't eliminate a problem, but it sure makes it easier to deal with. Contentment is not a destination. It is a process. This means that you must make a conscious choice to be content. This is because lack of contentment will mean you are always looking for more. Here's something that can change you. Define what success is for you. Not what it means to society. Not what it means to your parents. Not what it means to your friends. What does it mean to you? To some, it means achieving a certain level of net worth. To some, it means the flexibility of freedom. To some, it means impact. To some, it means supporting family. To some, it means something else. Get very clear on this. Because if you're striving for someone else's idea of success, you're never going to feel successful, even if you succeed. And you might trade away what matters most to you for something that doesn't. Once you know what your definition of success will be, you can live your life accordingly. You can say no to the paths that don't lead to your success. You can say a yes to the paths that do. You can measure your success accurately, not based on the parameters that don't matter to you. It's incredibly liberating as a result. It's also incredibly valuable in creating a stress-free life. And a great deal of the stress that people experience comes from a lack of clarity. A feeling of being pulled in all directions in terms of whether you're on the right track or not. There's plenty there to take away from, isn't there? How do people actually create a stress-free life, as well as full pockets, though? You begin where you are. Not where you would like to be. Not where you thought you would be. Where you are. Where you actually are. Where you are. Recognizing this without judging. This is where you're beginning it. Your needs get clarified. What is full pockets to you? What does stress-free living look like? Be specifics. Be specifics. Put it on paper. Paint a clear picture of where exactly you want to go. You make a plan for how you can get from where you are. You have a realistic plan, which considers what your life situation really is, as opposed to having an unrealistic, perfect world plan. You begin implementing the plan consistently. Day by day, week by week. Nothing crazy, nothing that drains your life force. Simply moving forward, consistently. In other words, you adapt as you go. If things aren't working, you do something different. When things change, you change. And as new information is learned, new behaviors are put in place. You look after yourself too. You take care of your own health and happiness, even as you work toward success. Because what good are full pockets if you get rid of everything in between? You celebrate what progress you see along the way. You acknowledge your victories, no matter how small they may be, and you realize your perspective on progress is based on how much you have achieved, not on how much you still need to achieve. You embody contentment as a practice while also working towards it. You're appreciative of today while also planning for tomorrow. You're able to take joy in the process while also focusing on the end result. Help others while you are able. Give back. Use your increasing resources and expertise to leave a positive trace. Because meaning is important too, as important as money. You keep learning. You keep growing. You stay curious. You can admit the things you do not know. You find the wisdom that others have gathered. You never think you understand. You are flexible and resilient. When life throws you curveballs, as it inevitably will, you adjust. You do not allow setbacks to be the ruin of you. You simply pick yourself back up and keep on moving forward. That's the power. It's not flashy or sensational. It won't make for a thrilling cinematic experience. However, it most definitely is effective. Effective, and more importantly, it doesn't rip you to shreds. I've seen people do this. I've done this. From struggling to be secure to be at peace. It can be done. It can be absolutely, definitely done. But you have to commit to it. You have to be ready and able to do things differently than you have before. You have to be ready and able to wait some gratification for the sake of future gain. You have to be ready and able to make sacrifices, but smart sacrifices, not martyrdom. You also have to be patient. This is not a sprint, nor is this a marathon. This is a long hike with a heavy backpack. There will be times when the trail is steep and you are very tired. Then there will be times when the trail will level out and you can enjoy your walk. All the while you are walking one step at a time, trusting that your destination is worth your trouble. And this is the beauty of it all. The journey changes you. When you finally get to the point of financial security, you're not the same person who embarked on this journey. You're wiser, tougher, more disciplined, more competent, and all of that in itself is more valuable than the money. The person that you are becoming as you create wealth is someone who is able to manage it well. The person that you are becoming as you create a stress-free life is someone who can manage this stress-free life even when the outside environment tries to steal it away. So yes, it is definitely possible for there to be stress-free living as well as full pockets at the same time. Each can even complement the other nicely when done correctly. Financial security means less stress. Why? Less stress means better decision-making. Better decision-making means better financial results. Better financial results mean greater financial security. And round it goes in the positive direction. It is the reverse of the negative cycle that so many people are trapped in, where money problems create lousy decisions that create even more money problems that create more stress. Getting out of the negative cycle and entering the positive cycle is the single most important change you can effect. All else follows from that. Well then, how do you get started? Today, now, by accomplishing the first step towards the right direction. Perhaps it's tracking your spending habits for the first time. Perhaps it's opening a savings account. Perhaps it's finally having a conversation about money you've been putting off. Perhaps it's reading a book on personal finance. Perhaps it's creating a budget. Perhaps it's eliminating one unnecessary expense from your life. Perhaps it's brainstorming ways to make more money. Whatever that first step should be for you, take it. Tomorrow, take a next step. The next day, take a next step. Then, the next day, take a next step. Daily, weekly, monthly, repeat this process of incremental action that leads to large changes. You don't have to do everything right. You don't have to do everything right now. You just have to get started and keep moving. That's it. That's the secret. They never begin to work towards it. They just think about it, worry about it, hope things are different. They never begin to work towards it, and then quit when the first obstacle crosses their pathway. Don't be most people. Be the one who starts and continues. Be the one who falls and gets back up. Be the one who makes mistakes and learns from those mistakes. Be the one who sticks with it when it's tough. Oh. Hey. It's Steve-O, Bob. That person, the one who always shows up and doesn't quit, is the one who ends up with full pockets and a stress-free life, not because they are special and lucky and talented, but because they just didn't quit. Christina G. Huffman, you can do this. I know you can, because I can do this, and thousands of other people before me, then so can you. You've got everything it takes to start. No, you may not have everything it takes to finish, but you will accrue that in the process. The question isn't whether it's possible. Trust me, it absolutely is. It's whether you're going to put in the effort to make it happen, to prioritize it, to stick with it when the going gets rough. I hope you will. I hope you'll take this information and actually use it. And not just read it and go, that's nice, but actually do it. Actually change your behavior. Actually go on the journey, because you deserve better than financial worries. You deserve to feel the comfort of security. You deserve to reap the gains of your efforts. You deserve both a full pocket and a stress-free life. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen if you stick with it. Oh no. One day, perhaps years down the road, you will look back and hardly recognize who you are now compared with who you were when you began. You will be astonished at how much you've changed. You will be thankful you started when you did. That is the future version of you that is peaceful and safe and successful. They are cheering for you in this moment. They are grateful for every move you make in the day that brings them joy in the moment. They want you to know that it was all worth it. All the sacrifices, all the discipline, all the waiting. It was all worth it. So start today. Take that first step, and then another, and then another. Just keep going. Just keep learning. Just keep growing. Just keep saying it's possible. Because it is. Your stress-free life and full pockets await you. It's what's on the other side of your hard, smart work. Go get it. You've got this.